Good morning. It's Sunday, May 17th. This is Olivia with Tarot on Coffee with Olivia, and I hope you are having a wonderful morning so far. And here we are. I have not put the cards down because I thought you might want to see some book art by Seth Cox, which is the art right here that I have. It was something I got from my secret Santa, who happened to be Seth Cox for Christmas. I didn't know that was going to be a tongue twister. Um, and then also, I guess I'm showing a little bit more of my table, but this is kind of what it looks like during the day when I'm not reading the cards. And I'm going to place your cards up here right now. We're going to put the copper ore here in front of this card right here. And then we will put let's put the turquoise in front of this card right here. And in front of this card, let's put the selenite, because that's one of my favorites. It's really awesome. And then the last card, since we have the river rock there, we're going to do this, and that way all you people who keep picking this one will pick something. I'm just teasing. I think that is a favorite. That I think people do like that one a lot, the honey citrine. From what I hear back. Today I'm going to do a little bit longer reading. Basically, well, it's Sunday, but that came after. I had a few cards that kept falling out of the deck, jumping out of the deck, and there's some cards that, well, I thought it was important that we read them all. So at the end of your reading, I'll post another timestamp to the clarification for everyone. Everyone gets 3 extra cards today. They're the same 3 cards, but they're the cards that kept popping out of the deck as I was shuffling. So I do have a thought this morning. You know what? I think, okay, so every day I do a little reading, a little studying, a little something to try to find something, well, to try to enhance my knowledge, but also to try to find something that I can share with you as a thought for the day. But I also got this really new, cool, really new. It's not really new. I got this deck that has some thoughts on it, and then it also on the other side has a positive affirmation. So I'm going to go ahead and do the card today, and this is what it looks like. On the front it says, only in community, only in relationships, only in service can we truly understand the all-encompassing energy of love. And that is I really like that statement. I really do feel like that from all the it's not like I've done tons of volunteer work, but I have done some volunteer work over my life. And it really does, if you've never done it, it's really something to look into, to do, because it really can be the littlest of things, like sweeping the floor in a house. This was back in the early 90s, where people had HIV. Only back then we called it AIDS. And just sweeping their kitchen. You wouldn't believe the life-changing energy that happened during that period in my life. Or something that you can do that you can help others in little ways. Like I just happened upon some of my volunteer experiences. But anyway, on the other side, we have this affirmation, and this is your affirmation for today. I fill myself with love, and my love overflows to others. I think and an affirmation is something that you can say to yourself. It's usually something short, it's something positive, it's something that you can say to yourself throughout the day when you start feeling whatever it is you're feeling, when you're uncomfortable, if you have panic attacks, if you just get nervous or butterflies in your stomach, or if you just basically are starting to feel bad, or maybe you're obsessing over something or thinking about someone too often, and you can replace those feelings, you can replace them with this affirmation. I fill myself with love, and my love overflows to others. I fill myself with love, and my love overflows to others. Oftentimes, in the past, when I have found myself obsessing, I will take an affirmation or a mantra and repeat that obsessively to replace it with my obsessive thoughts. Um, there was a time when I had a stalker, and it was really hard for me to not be afraid, and I used affirmations to help me through that. Um, so now we're going to go on to our reading, and so if you have not chosen your rock or crystal of the day, then now is the time to do that. If you need to take time and turn off the video or stop the video, you can certainly do that at this time, and so that you can, and as I said, I've told people there's no right or wrong way to do this. So some people do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Some people pick more than one card. I will tell you that I myself, as a reader, I don't actually pick a card, but I do pay attention to all of the cards as I pay attention to my audience, which is you, past, present, and future. People, it could be me in the future, my own audience. I mean, basically, I'm really surprised at how much I enjoy this video way of connecting with people, because it really does feel like a true connection. I really can feel you out there, and it really does. It feels nice. It feels like this is a good thing. So if you picked the river rock, then we're going to turn over your card right now, and that is this nice palm of your hand. If you've never carried a rock in your pocket, and try it, you might like it. It's nice to have something to hold on to. It's nice to reach in your pocket and feel something. Sometimes it's nice, and it's usually skin temperature, so it feels, well, it's a nice thing. We're going to turn over your card. Your card is the Star. And we have had this card a few times since I've been reading. Of course, it has been a few weeks now, so that may not be too surprising. This card has a lot to do with hope and promise. It is a card that tells you to really hold on to that. I think faith is another word that comes in when you see this card. It has the stars in the sky, and if you know anything about stars, anything at all, whether it be metaphysical or scientific, then you know that we're actually looking at what the stars, we're looking at the past. That's kind of exciting. When I see this card, I see people that are possibly going through a very spiritual time. It can be pretty scary, going through spiritual awakenings and spiritual times. That's something my daughter and I were talking about yesterday, is that, a lot of people are talking about awakening right now, and a lot of people are experiencing awakening in a way that we haven't before as a collective, because a lot of us have had time to reset and think about things. But it can be terrifying. When you see the truth all at once, it's not easy. Awakening is not an easy, glorious process all by itself. It can be a very painful process, and it can be, oh, I'm not showing the card here. Because this is such a beautiful card, I really should have brought this up here sooner. The Star. So she has one foot in the water up to her knee, actually, and she has one on land. That is a kind of a guide to tell you to keep track of where you are, meaning your physical self and your spiritual self. Balance. With this card, it says that you have the guidance that you need, And there is nothing to be afraid of. That to hold on to hope. Know that it is a very spiritual journey that you are on, and that you ask to see the truth, and you will see the truth. So if you pick the River Rock, the star card is yours. And now we're going to move on to the Selenite and turn over. Well, we've definitely seen the Queen of Swords a lot lately. Y'all might already know her very well. She's no nonsense. When you have her as your card, what I want to tell you is that you're in control of your inner conflicts. You have the ability to make a decision of how you want to be, how you want to think. I actually believe that we can control what we believe. Maybe not everybody, but you can. Let me bring her up close. I kind of want to do an ASMR tarot reading, like where we really get the mics in and concentrate on the little sounds that the cards make and that we make moving around. The Queen of Swords, she's an independent woman. She's very ethical. She does think about whether things are not only fair, but whether they are right or wrong. What kind of gains are you making with each decision that you make? Is it hurting anybody? She's uncompromising, and she has very high expectations of others, but her highest expectations are of herself. She's very caring. And when you see her, and she is your card, if you have some inner conflicts that you're thinking of, or if you are having some decisions that you are concerned about, what I want you to know is that you are capable of making the right decision, making the fair decision, and overcoming indecision. Especially in regard to your inner self. She sometimes does help other people out with their stuff, like a judge or like a mediator. She does that. That may be what she means in your life today, that is who you are for someone. Turquoise. Gosh, it's beautiful, isn't it? That definitely looks like it has a flavor, doesn't it? See, other rocks can be delicious. Not just the honey citrine. If you picked the turquoise today, I'm going to turn over your card. And we have seen him a lot lately, too. Now, as I said, I do continue to read and study, and to me, whenever this is my main deck. This is the main deck I have used for at least the past 20 years. I mean, not this actual deck, but my 20-year-old deck is a little bit more beat up and dirty looking, yellowed on the edges. However, I've always really thought of this card as a scholar card. But I was studying the Rider-Waite deck and realized that this is also a card about working together and cooperation. And I wish I'd pulled it out of my Rider-Waite because I didn't. I should have. In the Rider-Waite, you can see better how it's about a card about cooperation and working together and using your specific expertise, using your specific knowledge in order to help work out a problem with other people. The reverse side of this card has to do with not working as a team, not being a team player. So when I see this card today, after I've studied a little bit more about it, I'd like to say to take some time, think about what your skills are. You probably went to school for them, or you do consider yourself an expert of some kind, or even a lay expert in something. And those things that are special and unique about you and your knowledge are needed in your team. Whether your team be your family, whether your team be someone you're working with at work, some people you are, they need your knowledge and expertise and your cooperation, and they need you to be a team player. So that is, uh, I'm so sorry. I'm being really bad about bringing these cards up to the forefront today. I'm very sorry about that. But here is your Three of Pentacles. Often has to do with livelihood. And if this is your card today, I would say to kind of focus on your strengths and share them with others. This card, I was trying to find a flashlight, this stone, so that you could see it better, because it's actually not brown, it's copper. It's really beautiful, and it's not really showing up on the camera like I would like it to. It's very sparkly, and in fact, when I first I thought it was feldspar or fool's gold, but it's not, because it's coppery. But gold is, different colors. So anyway, I'm going to turn over your card if that was your... And then here we have the Two of Cups. I'm not going to forget to bring it up here for you to see. I'm going to do that right now. And this card has a lot to do with, as you can tell, partnership, friendship, possibly a romantic relationship. The other side of the card is reaching a compromise. And basically, I don't know if you've heard of the buddy system, but my dad was in the military. And one of the things he taught us kids when we were growing up, I was the oldest of 5 children, that we always had to have the buddy system. And it worked with me and my kids too. As long as you have somebody with you, somebody that will not leave you behind, even as the troop must travel forward, having your buddy makes everything safer and better. Who's your buddy today? That's what I am getting out of this card. Rejoice and celebrate your buddy today. Who has helped? Who is your person? I don't know how many of you seen, what is that? Well, anyway, on TV I saw a show, and they talk about their person, which is really like their buddy, their best friend, the person that stays with them when nobody else wants to be around them. Not everybody has a buddy that close, though, just so you know. Don't feel left out, because you're not the only one. So now I'd like to take some time and lay down these extra cards that were just kind of popping out of the deck today. I'm going to put them upside down. I'll show you real quick all 3 of them upside down like this, but then I will bring up. So these cards are for each of you. Whatever card you chose today, this is going to expound or expand on that. Let's call this a weekly reading. So today in your week, you have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is really a lucky card. Rabbits are lucky. It's also Pentacles, which has to do with money. So, I don't know if you already got your stimulus check, or if you're getting unemployment, or if you've gotten a bonus at work, or I know that a lot of people right now that have been working, their hazard pay has been cut off. No more. This card today says, though, don't worry, that this is a new beginning, and prosperity is a part of it, or improved status, or take the time and enjoy what you have right now, because I think prosperous is a good part of the card of the week here. We're going to put it right there. Maybe we'll spread these guys out. And I guess now I need to look at the camera and see what you can see. The other card that keeps coming up is this Knight of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords up there already. And also the other card was the King of Swords. This is a major time of major. I'm going to put them all together. Let's see if I can focus on those. Decision making. I really feel like it has a spiritual slant to it, that this is something, it's time. It is time this week to make those decisions. What is it you've been thinking about? There are things that you've been thinking about, each one of you. You've seen that this is a big change. This is a big thing that we're all going through here. Everybody's going through the hunker down differently. Some people have worked all the way through it. Some people have worn masks and some people don't. Some people feel controlled. A lot of us feel a little out of our element, a little helpless, like we don't have a lot of power. But when you see these three cards together, the King, Queen, and Knight of Swords, that's power. And you have it. This is power over yourself, your decisions, and what you're going to decide to do next. It's time to decide. This week, all week long, I had to show these cards because they really did keep falling out of the deck and jumping out at me. So I think it's important that you have them. So anyway, we've gone to over 21 minutes, and I did wake up very late this morning. So I am going to say goodbye and thank you very much for watching. Please, please comment if you like this video. Like it and share it, and also you can definitely ask me privately to expound on what I've already done this today and this week. My prices are reasonable. You can click the link to my website and get a phone number and call me, or you can book from the website right there. If you are looking for something that's not on the website, ask me, because I do dream exploration and a lot of other stuff too. So just give me a call or book, and have a wonderful week, and know that you have the power. You also have what it takes, the luck. You have the, right now it seems like you have some money, a little money to work with, as well as you're making this leap of faith. Keep your faith, keep your hope. That's those of you who had the star. A lot of you have some expertise going on. And I know I said I was going to say goodbye, but I wanted to go over this with you. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Bye.